what up? Welcome into another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start this show by being transparent. And yesterday was another good day. Um, I think we've won what 5 in a row now, maybe a little bit more than 5. But yesterday we had one play. It was the Magic and Cavaliers over 202, and we got there. It was a little close, but we got there. So I'll take it, and we'll try to take that momentum and keep it going into today's show. Vino, haven't talked to you this week. How's NBA been treating you, and how are you doing today?
I am good today, Skee. First, let me apologize for opening up wounds by wearing Nick's orange today. I didn't mean to
Mm-hmm.
do that to you. But yesterday was a 1-1 split, but it wasn't a good split because the big play was the one that lost. The minor play was the one that won. And like you, I was involved in that Cavs Magic game. I had the Cavs team total over 103.5, got to 104. So it just skimmed by. But they did the right thing in the end. Donovan Mitchell hit a couple of free throws, and that took care of that. So we'll look forward to getting to it today. I have one big play again today. I'm bored over there at Wagertalk. So, some things that we like here. I like both games. I bet them both. So we'll talk it out. We'll see if we're on the same side here.
Yeah, there's some things to like for sure. Um, yeah, I mean, I said it before the show too when I saw you, but nobody should even really get paid out today for that Knicks orange after how they tricked that game off. 6, I think they were up 6 before he hit that three. It was like 26 seconds left, something like that.
Yeah.
Or yeah, just stupid whatever they were doing to end that game. I believe this is a winner. Boofer says, even though they lost, going the route of Kyle and wearing some Knicks orange today. Kyle does wear hats for the losing teams. Did you do a
Is that
show
it?
earlier, Vino?
I did not, but I'm wondering if that's a guess out of Boofer, or did he see the orange and he's just relaying facts now? I don't know.
No, this was at 10 a.m. So 30 minutes ago, he put this.
Oh, well, you know what? That spreadsheet had it right
Yeah, the spreadsheet shirt of the day. Might
It's
want to pay
working.
attention to that spreadsheet. Yeah. So Boofer is the winner for today. Let me know, Boofer, where to send your winnings, and we'll be paying for lunch today. Appreciate you guys guessing. Boofer had it covered. You might want to hit him up and ask him if you can get some access to his spreadsheet.
That's a good spreadsheet. Does it work in all sports?
Ray says, don't forget to hit the like button. It would definitely help out the show if you guys could do that. See a lot of the regulars coming in here. Football coach Jeff. Jeff says today smells like money. Let's keep that going. I hope so. Eddie Cash in the building says, let's sweep today. And S. Dot, he says, everybody knows why I'm here. A couple more comments. Let's see. Hank, sorry, he says, let's go. I'm sorry, but Boofer had the guest before you. I did see you had the Knicks orange as well. But you won last week and you had the triple up. You'll be all right for 1 week. Any more comments? That's it. So let's get to it, Rob. We got 2 games on today. It'll be quick and easy. First game up, we have Heat and Celtics. Opened up Celtics minus 14, and I haven't really seen much movement. 14 still everywhere. Total open 200.5 and still hasn't moved. Porzingis will be out for this game for the Heat. No Jimmy Butler, no Jaime Jaquez, and no Rozier. My first thought in this game here, Rob, is after seeing Porzingis go down, I don't know that they'll be taking too much. I don't think that they're going to be going too hard for the entirety of this game if they do get up by some kind of a margin. They want to escape this thing healthy still. So that's the first thought for me with the Celtics. And on the flip side, the Heat are not a team that's going to roll over. I mean, they're not a team that's going to give up. That's just not how Heat culture is. That's not how Eric Spoelstra will allow them to be. So the combination of those things make me look towards the plus 14. What do you think about it?
I could see that because in Miami, the 3 games that they've lost, they've looked abysmal offensively. And then in game 2, they come off the top rope and make 23 threes and score 111 points. So you really don't know what you're going to get from them. It's always a lot of guesswork, and that's obviously due to the fact that they're so injured and so banged up. But I agree with your thought about Eric Spoelstra's team not coming here to lay down. They had two bad offensive performances at home. Nobody could make a three. And it's interesting because I had the Miami team total over 90. It was 96.5 the other night. They needed to get to 97 to cover. They couldn't get there. They got into the high 80s, but they missed so many open threes. And the reason why I played it before game 4, a lot of quotes coming out of the Miami locker room, including Tyler Hero, including Caleb Martin, where they felt like, you know what we want to do is still open to us. We just got to make shots. And they thought they were too passive and they weren't aggressive enough in letting it fly. And then even though in the first half they had a bunch of open shots, they didn't make them. There's always, those guys, Duncan Robinson, Tyler Hero, they're good enough to make them. And it could happen here tonight. I want to give you something, though, here real quick, Skee. As far as Kristaps Porzingis goes, Boston hasn't had him for 25 games this year. 25 times they didn't have him. Tonight, their team total is 107. 23 of the 25 games, that's 92%. 92% of the time without Porzingis, they got over 107. They got over 112 in all 23 of those, which is interesting. This total at TD Garden in the series opener was 112. Boston barely made it over. They reduced it to 109.5. Boston lost straight up. And Boston fourth quarters, for what it's worth, if there's a correctable in this case, and you have to kind of weigh which side of the fence you want to be on, because you brought up the point earlier. If they've got margin early fourth, maybe it's time to pull Tatum. Maybe it's time to pull Brown. I'm not sure. But their fourth quarters have been lousy. Their fourth quarters have generated 21, 17, 23, and 20. Is that right? 20? Yeah, 23 and 20. So they haven't played at all in the fourth quarter. They get these big halves. And I think if you want to play first half total over with Boston here, which is at like 55, I wouldn't talk you off of that, because they've gotten over 60 in 3 of the 4 games. And I think the fourth the other night where they shot bad was only 53. They got to 53, which is real close to the 55 total here. At home, we know they're a better offense. They score better at home. They shoot threes better at home. Jason Tatum has vowed all season long to play better at home. So I think some form of Boston team total is right here, even though Porzingis is out. It seems like maybe there's a little bit of compensation in the number for Porzingis not being there. But you and I both know that these bench guys, Hauser, Pritchard, all these guys, even Al Horford, when he's asked to step up, they come with points. So for me, it's probably some form of team total over on the Boston side, and I wouldn't disagree with Miami plus.
All right. Points I could understand in this game. It's getting to the point where these totals are just, they come down so much. You have to start trying to maybe bucking them and going the other way. And I could see some offensive success in this game. So good stuff on this one. Looking in the chat, people liking Bam props. People, Ray says that total does look a little low. And Jeff likes the plus 14. So a lot of different opinions on this game. We've told you how we feel about it. We have one more up, and that is Dallas and the Clippers. Opened up Mavs -1. They're a 3-point favorite now. Total has come down 2 points to 208.5. Luka, questionable, but probable. No Hardaway. And for the Clippers, no Kawhi. Last game was another game where the Mavs, looked like they didn't even know the game was starting. Another poor start. And they were down by, I think, 31 points at some point in that game. First half, I think the Clippers hit like 14 threes. And second half, I think they only hit like 4. Mavs made a big push, almost came back and made history and won the game, but couldn't quite get there. So I view this one similar to game 1 or game 2, Rob, where they came out and looked lousy, and the next game they came out and threw the first punch. I think Dallas first quarter is worth a look in this game. How are you viewing it?
Yeah, Skee, I'm pretty sure you saw the game, but I'll just talk. That game came down to the last 4 minutes of the contest, right? Dallas ties the game after being down 31. They tied that thing at 95, or whatever it was. And then it became the James Harden show. Give Harden the ball. And it's so interesting to me to watch these games and scream at my television because I'm watching Maxi Kleba underneath the rim, basically playing what they now call drop coverage with his head halfway to the back of the rim. And Harden constantly for the final 4 minutes of the game, beating the single coverage, getting into the paint, and nothing there. Just nothing there but the rim and a layup for James Harden. And I'm thinking, does anybody step in? Does anybody help out? It almost looked to me like Kleba was more prepared to play the lob pass to
Yeah,
Zubac than
they
he
said that
was
was their
step.
game plan, Rob. They
Yeah,
said
and
that they wanted to allow those in between floaters and run them off the three.
well, here's what I say to that. If they beat you once in the final 4 minutes, if they beat you twice, if they beat you three times, where's Daniel Gafford? Where's Derek Lively? Where's somebody that can protect that rim, right? That's what they got those guys for. And in the end, they didn't protect the rim. Kyrie went off in that game. Luka looked a little bit hurt, but it just shows that Dallas can turn the ball over to Kyrie and win a ball game. I mean, they had a chance to win that one. They made a big comeback. I'm with you. I think Dallas is the right side here. I mean, not real thrilled with the current price. I think if you got in early at the 1.5, very good move. Up to 3 now. It's always iffy
At
at
this
that
point, would you
price.
just bet money line?
You probably have to, Skee. I even thought about first half, and I laid off of first half just because I'd rather have Dallas for the full 48 minutes because they've had a couple of slow starts. But I do think they're the right side. I can't argue anybody from laying 3, but I just feel like if you got in sooner, you got the better of the number. There's adjustments that they can make. And I don't know about you, Ski. Again, I try to play head coach from my, television room. And to me, when Dallas has either Gafford or Lively on the floor, when they have Derrick Jones Jr. on the floor, I know Luka doesn't like to run, but when Kyrie pushed, Dallas was real successful pushing. And LA doesn't want to run. I mean, Zubac, in that game too that you were talking about real quick while this thought hits my head here, Zubac had 2 fouls in like the first 3 minutes and had to go ride the bench for Miles Plumlee or Mason Plumlee, whichever one it is that's playing for the Clippers right now. And that kind of helped Dallas out. And I think when they're the aggressor, that's what happens. So I think they'll be the aggressor tonight. Jason Kidd took a lot of heat for his coaching in that game the other day, but sometimes missed shots aren't a coach's fault either. They didn't get down 31 because of Jason Kidd. I think Dallas bounces back. I'm on that side. I was one of the people who got a better price. I didn't get the 1.5 though. I didn't catch it until it was 2.5. So that's where I'll leave you. I like Dallas.
And I was leaving a little something there. Top 20 to Louisiana kind of mentions it here, but Clippers, they shot 62% from three in that game. Dallas only shot 33%. Clippers only won by what, like a handful of points, 5 points, I think, something like that. We'd have to think Clippers regress a little bit and Mavericks shoot it a little bit better here. So good stuff, Mr. Vino. There was another question in the chat that I want to get to. Let me scroll back up. JT says, question for Rob and Skee. I have a Celtics to win the East future. I also like the Knicks, but haven't bet it. I'd like to hedge based on Porzingis' injury. Think it's smart to bet Knicks now or wait. I would need to know what price you got on the Celtics to win the East. I would need to know, did you bet it as 1 unit or 2 units or whatever? And then what price you're getting for the Knicks. Those are questions we need to know. Would you
Yeah.
agree, Rob?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? What price can you get? What price did you get? And how much did you play the Celtics for to start with? So, yeah, help us out a little bit and maybe we can help back.
I'll say this. I bet Celtics to win the East before the season, and I put 2 units on it. I got it at plus 175. Um, I also at the start of the playoffs bet the Knicks to win the East, and I got that at plus 1,000, and I bet 1 unit on it. So you know, I would want you'd want to still be getting a good price on the Knicks, especially since the price on the Celtics is likely short. So all of those things are important, JT. Don't really see any more questions. So, and I don't see JT in the chat with any answers. So I guess we'll move it on over, Rob. Unless
Yeah, I'm
was there
almost
anything else you
thinking
want to
real
add?
quick, Skee, if he, and it's hard to do, but I mean, I guess he feels like the Knicks are definitely going to win that series, but Philly's got to be a pretty, you could almost bet them both. And then whichever one plays Boston, you have a ticket on. But I'm trying to think in my head all these
There he goes.
scenarios even. Oh, okay.
2 units on Celtics plus 125. And the next price right now, let me try to look it up here.
I'll go with you.
Try to help him out. When you guys ask these questions, try to put some prices with it. That's the only way we can really, really actually help you, give you some good advice, or try to at least. My service is not working.
I'm trying to get it, Skee, right now.
You know what?
I should come to this show with all my apps opened already. It's on me for that.
I should have had my online thing open here on my computer.
Okay, let's see what this future is on the Knicks. The Knicks to win the East, I see. Conference winner, New York.
Plus 475 is what I see.
Yeah, and I've got even lower 400 and the Sixers at 1,200. Wow.
So, I mean, you're cutting it kind of close a little bit, I feel like here. Like, if you bet the Knicks as well, I think you maybe are a little bit too late. What do you think, Rob?
Yeah, I'm almost thinking that that 125 for mathematically, to me at this point, it doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense. You're almost better off waiting till the series itself and maybe playing the Knicks to win the series. And you might even get better than, I don't know what Boston would be to win that series, Skee. That's the thing too.
So what I just thought about is, if you like the Knicks, if you're betting a future, you're betting on that team to win the next game. Otherwise, you would wait to bet the future.
And they're on the
So
road.
the Knicks are plus 3.5. I think if you like the Knicks to win this next game, you should bet them on a money line. If you don't like the Knicks to win the next game, you shouldn't be betting the future right now, and you'll get a little bit of a better price, or maybe a much better price when it goes to Game 7. Thoughts on that, Rob?
I was just, that ending part that you just said was what ran through my mind. Right now, they're plus one. I mean, I see anywhere between 130, 140 to win Game 6 on the road. But if they do lose it and it's 3-3 and goes back home, you're right. You'll probably get better than plus 425 at that point. So I would probably try it that way if you think the Knicks are going to win. Game 6 money line. I don't know if that's going to go up any more than where it's at. I don't think you're going to get a better price than what we're staring at right now, because from what I see, the movement's been toward the Knicks on the money line, at least for Game 6. So if you think New York's really going to win it, go ahead. For those of you who think Philly's going to win it, plus 900 is a pretty nice price.
All right, let's move it on over to best bets here, Rob. Before we give our best bets, I ask you if there's anything that you would like to promote. And I mean, we've only talked about a couple games. If you do have a best bet for the show, share with the people.
Well, let's go this way. Wagertalk.com. For those of you who are currently not members, just go ahead, drop over there and leave your email address. And if you leave your email address for free, you'll get instant access to all of the video content they supply every single day, all sports analysis on games in all sports. So if you're betting more than just NBA, if you're betting NHL, if you're betting MLB, go on over and you can catch free videos at wagertalk.com, where the analysts give you what they think, just the way me and Skee do on this show. Once again, that's wagertalk.com, and just your email address. You'll get that for free, plus written content and free plays as well with just an email address. If you like selection packages, as I mentioned earlier, I have one big play today. It's up and available over there at wagertalk.com. I do have multiple plays, and I'm going to leave one of those here for the show as my best bet. And what I would say here, Skee, is I like Boston to get out of the gate quick in this game. They've done it 3 out of 4 times already. And the one time they didn't, they only fell 2 points shy of what they're asking for tonight, which is 55 in the first half. Otherwise, like I said earlier, over 60 in 3 games, 53 in the fourth. I think Boston comes to play early. Not that Miami won't, but first half has been a good way to go with Boston, and especially at home. I think they're the highest scoring home team in the first half in the NBA this year, or they're be the first or second. So that's where I'm going to leave for the best bet here. I like it a lot. I've bet it myself. Boston first half over 55 points.
All right, good stuff from Rob. And like you said, all of our work is at Wager Talk. The link to both of our profiles is in the description to this video. And you know, if you're interested, I do have a 5% play up and available, goes tonight. And you can click the link that's in the description. You can find it at Wager Talk. So best bet for the show for me, I will go Dallas first quarter -0.5. So they just need to be up at the end of the first quarter. There was a quote here. I remember Jason Kidd. He just said, looking at the start, we have to be better. And they got punched in the mouth. We've seen it once before in this series. They came out and fired right back in that first quarter. So that's my best bet for the show. Rob, I appreciate you taking the time to come talk these games with me and share with the chat. You'll be here with me tomorrow, right?
I will.
Okay, so I'll see you tomorrow. And for you guys in the chat, we appreciate you guys as well. Show is absolutely nothing without the chat. A lot of great cappers, and we always have a great time here. So until next time, best of luck if you tell. Good luck on all your action, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.